Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina as always. It's midsummer here in the northeastern United States. It's been a beautiful summer. We've done a lot of sun, a lot of swimming. Got to see a lot of the family. It's nice. A couple of close friends we haven't managed to see, but I understand we're going to solve that problem in September. So look forward to seeing you guys out there. What I'm going to do today is a little bit heartier, even though it's the summer. We've been eating light. I'm looking forward to something just a little bit chewier for a change. So what I'm going to do is what I call it is a one-pot sausage and Italian sausage and rice. That's a very vague term. You can use Italian sausage. You can simply use ground pork if you want. You can even use other sausages if you want to ground them up and turn them into the beef, the ground meat that you see here. Okay, so again, what I'm using is Italian sausage, but as I said, you can use anything. With that said, when it comes to the rice portion, I'm going to be using saffron yellow rice. You can use Spanish rice. You can use white rice. It doesn't make any difference. Just make sure you pay attention to the cooking requirements of your particular rice. Okay, so all I'm going to be doing today is I've got a nice mixture of bell peppers here. I'm using the yellow and the red. You know, these are wonderful vegetables. Well, they're really fruits. Did you know that? Yeah, I learned that the hard way. These are actually fruits, but I call them vegetables because that's what my grandmother called them. So I got that going on here. I've got some yellow onion here. You can use any onion you like. And a little minced up garlic. So with that, I've got my chicken broth and a few spices, so we're going to get started. So we're going to come over here to the stove, and I'm going to start sauteing and browning up this ground pork here. So what I did was I put just a little olive oil in there. For those who think maybe it's not even necessary, you could very well be right. The pork itself, of course, will have a great deal of its own fat to render down. I just put just a bit in there. That's probably about a half a teaspoon. Okay, so I'm going to heat that to about medium low, and we'll start the pork.
All
right. So got this oil just heating up a little bit, as I said, on medium low. I'm going to throw in now the ground pork. In this case, ground Italian sausage. You can take it right out of the casing, of course, or you can buy it in a package. They already have Italian stuff. And it doesn't even have to be Italian, okay? This recipe is very, very liberal in that regard. Really, what you're doing is simply making a pork and rice dish. And now you can convert it and add veggies as you like, spices as you like. You convert it, you can turn it into some more Spanish. You can do lots of stuff. All right, all I want to do here is I'm not cooking it all the way through. I just want to get most of the pink off of it because this is going to get cooked down with the rest of the ingredients for a good 15-20 minutes, and that will finish the pork. It'll be safe at that point. So I'm just letting it go until you see essentially the pink is gone. All right, and now to that I'm going to be adding my onions and peppers. Take that right over here. All right, my peppers. I like to use those colored peppers. I find them a tad sweeter. Some people say they can't tell the difference between the peppers and the sweetness or not sweet versus the green. I guess it's a matter of taste. I can sometimes feel like a taste that it might be a bit milder and maybe a bit, if I may say so, fruitier. Alrighty, that's gone in there nicely. I'm going to let that, we're just going to saute that for a minute or two. Yeah, I didn't realize that the colored peppers were actually the same pepper. When I was a kid, I assumed they were completely different. I found out from my father, when he used to grow peppers and tomatoes and that stuff, that what you get first is the green pepper, which is the youngest, if you will, and the, quote, more bitter. I don't know if that's an appropriate word or not. And then the longer you had it on the vine, and as long as it got the right amount of water and sun, yeah, it used to begin to change colors. But like I said, I was much older before I realized that they were really the same thing. All right, I'm going to let that finish up for a moment. All right, so that's good. We just sauteed that for, a minute or two. It's just so you can see the onions starting to get translucent. That's always a good sign. Okay, we're gonna now put in some salt and pepper. This, I won't put down the quantities. This is always the taste. All right. If I had to beat down, I'd say maybe 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and maybe the same with the ground black pepper. That's totally up to you. Don't use it at all if you don't want, or go crazy. Whatever makes you happy. Alrighty. Now we're also going to add a little paprika. I'm using smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika, the sweet paprika. And I'm going with about 1/4 teaspoon here. You do want to measure this out though. You don't want to overdo it, because with the smoked paprika, it's got a fairly strong taste, and you don't want to overpower the dish. And then with that, I'm going to give it just a pinch of red pepper flakes, because I like a little spice to it. If you're using hot Italian sausage when you make this, maybe you don't need this. If you don't like heat, don't use it at all. I'm just putting in just about that much, just a pinch there. And we're going to stir that around.
It's starting to smell good.
Yes. Oh yeah. I can already smell that paprika.
Yeah.
Okay, let that do its thing there for a minute. Now I'm going to add in the garlic. Some folks might add the garlic earlier. Oh, sorry. I got it. Don't panic. Don't panic. Leave it there.
Yeah, we'll get it later.
Yes, we'll get it later. Yeah, if you like the garlic infused a little stronger, then you can brown that garlic up front, either with the peppers or I guess even with the sausage. All right, looking good. Let that go for a second or two. All right, now with that, I'm going to be adding in the uncooked. This is uncooked rice. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the show here, that you can use regular white rice. You can use yellow saffron rice, which is what I'm doing. You can use Spanish rice. Those are your choices. But do use the rice that it'll take at least 15 minutes to cook. Don't go with the minute rice or anything, at least not for this recipe. So I'm going to throw this in right now. That I'm going to follow it up with 3/4 cup of chicken broth. Now that 3/4 number that I use is a starting number. It may be all I'll need. We'll have to see. But we're going to have to cover this now and keep the heat down around medium to medium low. And we're going to cover this until the rice is tender and most of that liquid has been absorbed. Now, during that process, while you're checking it, if it looks like it's getting too dry, by all means, just add a little bit more chicken broth as necessary. Ran out of chicken broth, just use water. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up right now, like so. And I'm going to set my timer for about 20 minutes, but again, I'll be keeping my eye on it, and we'll be back when we get there. All right, it's been about 18 minutes now, and you can see that the liquid has been mostly absorbed, and the rice I can feel is very tender. We don't want to overcook it either. I would say that's done. Yeah. All right, I'm going to close the heat. And again, I had set it for 20 minutes. This, in my case, took 18, but those, your mileage may vary depending on a lot of factors. So just check it. You just want to make sure most of the liquid's absorbed and the rice is tender. All right, I'm just going to serve this out to myself right now. There we go. There we go. Got a saffron I can smell from here. All right, I'm going to bring it over to here. I'm just going to top it off with a little chives. All right. Get some chives on there. You can use chopped green onion if you like, or nothing at all, whatever you like. All right, and there we go. We're gonna give it a taste. Oh, boy, can you smell that saffron?
Smells
oh,
good.
God, is that good? All right. Let me get it. I don't want to burn myself as usual.
I know.
That's
It's got to cool a little.
All right, here we go.
Good?
Very good. Oh, that saffron is, and the flavor, the sausage, that mixture of flavors, that little smoked paprika in the background, and believe it or not, those little red flakes of hot pepper I can pick up. And you saw I put very little in, that was just a pinch. Oh, it's excellent. I'm sorry, hon, you can't eat this.
What else? What else is new?
So, I call it a one pan Italian sausage and rice. You saw what I use. Remember, use any kind of pork you want. Use any kind of rice you want. You can use other vegetables in here if you'd like. I like those two colored. So, there we go. I hope you try it and enjoy it. So again, from the Insecure Chef and his wonderful wife, Regina.
Enjoy your dinner.
Great. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the summer. We're about midsummer now, having a wonderful time. To my friends, we'll see you again soon. And thank you for coming. Take care.